There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a new stream here. Live, the Coin Baron. Today it's the 14th of August 2025. I would say it's only about 70 days left, guys. 70 days until we see the end really of this bull cycle. So make sure you are strapped in, you hit the like button, and you get prepared for what's about to come. Because yes, today we do see a lot of pain. Yes, a lot of pain. But I do believe the gain is also coming very soon on multiple levels. We broke the freaking all-time high for Bitcoin today, guys. The all-time high for Bitcoin was broken earlier today. Doesn't feel that way, but we did it. We did it. So I should say we should be celebrating this, but instead people are like, no, oh no. And you might be asking yourself, well, why are we seeing those red numbers today? Minus 8%. I can show you why. But first, guys, don't forget to hit the like button. See VDG, Wen Pump, J Smith, see Pete, I see Craig's channel, Justin, Bjorn. Welcome, guys. So let's take a quick peek, guys, at the Fed CME tool, the Assetwatch tool. Because something changed there. Guys. What's up, Marty? Number one video gamer. Mr. Video Gamer, have you tried the open beta of Battlefield? It's amazing. So, what's the big fuss today about? You can see that today there were some changes. Quite some big changes regarding the probabilities for the, not necessarily for this rate cut here, September 17th, but really more for what's about to come later in the year, in October and also December. And why are these probabilities now changing? That has to do, guys, with the PPI numbers. The producer, so basically the company inflation. If you have a factory and your prices are increasing, that's what's shown in the PPI data, which is basically also inflation, and it can be used by the Fed to determine, are we going to cut rates or are we not going to cut rates? And Jill, welcome, by the way. Don't forget to strap in. So today, bad numbers, way above expectations. And that's also why today, well, we got this. I would say let's start with Bitcoin, because Bitcoin was the biggest mover. So we started with Bitcoin at an all-time high, 124k. But then within only minutes, oh no, this is it actually. So after going towards the all-time high, you can kind of see that we kind of had like a double top. A bit of a double top. So a bit of going down again makes sense. Makes a lot of sense for Bitcoin to just, test the waters again a bit, try to go to a new all-time high as we have hit here. And we did that. So we touched it and we went down again. But I would say the PPI numbers, that was really the big thing that made Bitcoin drop immediately. In the same 5-minute candle, we went down about minus 2%. And that's huge. That's huge for Bitcoin. It's even more huge for CRO. CRO is also a bit on a downtrend already. But unfortunately, it couldn't really break the 70-cent level. And it went down 9%. 9% in 30 minutes. It's crazy. But I can tell you one thing, ladies and gentlemen. If you're worried about this, please don't be worried. Of course, I do not give any financial advice, but I have to remind you all. Were you here last live stream? Because last week, we were talking about the break of the 15-cent level. The 15-cent level. So we're below 15 cents. Where are we now? Where are we now for CRO? We're above 15 cents. This is the 50-cent target here, guys. We're still above 15 cents. And I did even mention, I think, in the video. It's called, Are You Guys Ready for Altcoin Season? In that video, I mentioned it would be quite healthy. It would be quite healthy if you retest 15 cents. Why? Well, because we touched it many times here. You can see 1, 2, maybe even 3, 4. It took 5 attempts to truly break above 15 cents. And yes, I think on Coinbase, we went briefly below 15 cents. I have to check what happened on crypto.com. Did we get below? Did we get below 15 cents? Let me check, guys. Don't even know myself. Yeah, okay. We briefly went below 15 cents, but it was so short that 15 cents still holds that support. 15 cents definitely still holds our support. And I also want to remind you guys, this is brutal. This is definitely brutal, but 2 weeks back, this happened as well. This happened, right? We touched 15 cents. We couldn't get above 15 cents. We dumped. But after 3 days of red, how much was this down, by the way? This was minus 20%. Minus 20%. Today it's only minus 10%, so. But a big red candle anyways. But you can see how quickly we recovered. And after that recovery, we even set a higher high. So this is all part of the game, guys. That's why the title of this stream is called No Gain Without Pain, or Pain Before the Gain. I don't know, guys. We require pain. Altcoins require pain to grow. These are growing pains, unfortunately. So you can see the scenario is somewhat the same. We tried to break 70 cents once, twice, I think even a third time here. We couldn't do that. We go down. So I do believe in, let's say next week, Thursday, guys, we tune back in. We're above 17 cents, maybe even already near 20. That's the thing, right, guys? That's the thing. So unfortunately, many people here are unfortunately new to crypto. And today my net worth literally went down minus 10%. My net worth. Am I scared at all? Not really. Because I've seen this many times. I'm still in profit, by the way, so that's a good thing. But this is part of the game, guys. Minus 10%. This will happen many more times. What I do believe that overall, the trend for Q4 and for the last part of Q3, it will be to the upside. So don't be scared too much. It is okay to be somewhat scared, right? I mean, I think things like this do help with like being a bit more realistic, and you don't just open up 100x leverage moves for CRO or for any altcoin. Not even for Bitcoin, I would open up a 100x. So guys, be humble. The market will teach you to be humble. And I hope, well, you don't get burned too often. You will get burned, and that's fine. You will get burned. Also, like, you won't catch the exact peak. You won't catch the exact peak for CRO, for Bitcoin. Nobody does, or almost nobody. If you do this, if you hit the exact peak, you are the 1% or the 0.0001%. Be the clever 20%. Be the clever 20%, guys. That's what we're gonna do in this cycle. Trying to teach you guys how to not get the top. Maybe we do, but maybe I can't promise that. But let's make sure, guys, we create wealth in this cycle, and we also preserve wealth. That's my goal. My goal is to become financially free, and I hope many of you people also will join on that journey. Anyway, so by the way, what I like to say is quickly on the short term, CRO is doing good. Had a bounce here on exactly 15 cents. Exactly 15 cents. So it's looking quite okay for CRO. Exactly, John. Strap in. Baron, where's the price prediction video? I need you to hype me up. I've been waiting too long. It will be live for members first, Ryan. I actually worked on it today. I worked on it today. It's coming. Xtrinity, I'm holding. Clever man, clever man. Yeah, also, I don't know if you guys... I actually joined the debating club all the way in high school. Yeah, I'm a nerd. I'm a proud nerd. Maybe there are many fellow debaters out there. But every time, like we see a minor dip. We see a minor dip for CRO, like minus 10%. I call this minor. This is a big dip, minus 90%, but 10%, that's part of the game. Out of nowhere, the FUDs come back. Like people saying, well, I told you guys, it's a scam, it's over. I sold everything. I told you. This is not how you're gonna make it, guys. This is not how you're gonna make it. If you start fighting it at, you know, a minus 10% day. I think if you take a look at CoinMarketCap, many altcoins did a minus 8 or minus 9 or minus 10% day. So just a bit of an intro, bit of a personal opinion. I hate people that FUD, but I also like to debate them. So I'm a bit of a Twitter warrior. So if you don't follow me yet, at the Coin Baron, please do. I can actually, well, get some help there. I would like some help. What's up, guys? What's up? CRO can reach $1 or more. I agree there. I do agree there. Is it above $1? Give me a hint. That's all I need to know, bro. Well, we can do that. We've been saying that forever. So, for anyone that is, you know, curious about this, I don't know. By the way, Ryan, I don't know how much £1 is. The dollar has been losing a lot of strength recently. But what will happen is CRO will be topping in this range here. In this range, in the red range. In between about $1.20 and $3.80. There will be at least a minor higher all-time high, in my opinion. I hate the FUD too. That's why I strap into Coin Baron. That's the spirit, John. £1 is about $1.35. Well, like worst case, it's just below £1, and best case, it's much above £1. Well, that's the overall prediction. But as I mentioned, I'm working on the price prediction video, and it's a multi-layer thing, right? So this is one tool. This is one tool I use. I also use CRO Bitcoin a lot. CRO Bitcoin, by the way, is still moving up overall, which I really like. I use many other tools as well. So in that video, we're going to start with the basic prediction, and then we go further along the line to get to the nitty gritty. I of course know already what's the number, but let's keep that a secret for now. I'm going to miss the cashback. Did you unstake, Joseph? It's all about onions, guys. All about onions. One big layer cake. I love onions, by the way. Onions give so much taste to food. I don't know, Joseph, by the way, what card you have, but I'm personally going to hold on to Moonbag. I am allocating about 5% of my total bag for the, I don't know, whatever card. I hope to get an Icy White. The updated one. For anyone wondering, I still have the original Icy. And you can always get like the Ruby Red one. This is my current card, guys. I always use Google Pay, so I don't really bring it with me. But yeah, still a really beautiful card. I'm actually thinking of upgrading first to the Midnight. Upgrading. Then upgrade to the Ruby. So I actually get all the cards. But that's the project I'm still thinking about. Icy White is amazing, Samurai. Amazing. I'm not even thinking about selling until we go to the end of September. Yeah, I agree there. I do agree there. In the overall picture, unless maybe something crazy happens. Because I want to share something with you guys. We had a video yesterday. I might, by the way, have missed some questions, guys, so feel free to repeat in a few minutes, but I will get back to it. I shared this story yesterday about OKB. Let me bring up the chart quickly. Let me bring up the OKB chart. OKB. So I don't know if you guys have watched the video, but a bit of a spoiler. A bit of a spoiler, guys. So here we have a big pump. A big pump for the OKB token by the OKX exchange. And why this big pump? Well, because the OKX company, they burned a lot of the OKB token. About 75%. It's actually more than the 70% burn that CRO had back in the days. But there was one caveat, and I don't know if you guys heard the news about this, but the OKX exchange is going to do an IPO. It's going to do an IPO, meaning they will start to sell stocks, not socks. They might sell stocks. I don't know if OKX also has stocks. If so, I would like to hear more. But OKX is going to start to sell their own stock. And that's going to be quite interesting. That's going to be really interesting because the question, of course, is what will then happen with the token? The main goal if they have stocks for that company is to increase the company price. And they also have to do something with the token. That's not really good, right? Because I would say if I'm a shareholder, I would say, you know, after token, just buy back shares, buy back more shares. So the question is this going to be like the final effort really for the OKB token by the OKX exchange? Because in that upgrade notice, they mentioned, well, there's going to be a single instance burn. So yeah, I'm really happy for anyone that had bought OKB token. Unfortunately, no OKB for Joseph. But okay, it went to a new all-time high, but what's next? Are they going to, you know, slowly fizzle out? Or will it continue to have some success because it's going to be the gas token of the X-layer chain? And why is this interesting? Well, there are some rumors that Crypto.com might want to do an IPO. Like, this is not like what 1% percentage chance of being true rumor, but there are some rumors going ahead. So it makes sense also because many big companies in the end go the IPO route. So might Crypto.com do an IPO? I don't know. Let me ask the question in the chat, guys. My coin didn't unburn. Screwed up. Will Crypto.com do an IPO? So if anyone wondering, IPO stands for initial public offering. So start selling of their own shares. So that's what's happening, guys. 50-50 so far. Oh, by the way, good news. We might have hit a bottom. At about 15 cents, by the way. No financial advice, but I do like what's happening now. We do see a good bounce for Bitcoin. We do see a good bounce for CRO. We do see a good bounce for Ethereum. And Ethereum, guys, it is absolutely nuts. It's absolutely nuts what Ethereum has done. I was watching some old videos of mine with ETH at about 3,000 and ETH at about 4,000. And now ETH went to about 4,700. This is the all-time high. This white line. And I wouldn't be surprised if it will touch the all-time high till this week. Maybe in a low liquidity environment like Sunday. We'll see though. I would not be surprised if there was no rate change. I almost expect no rate change next month. if that's the case, John, I think the markets will be completely spooked. Because you are the 7%, basically. You are the 7% that say, well, no rate change. So the market would be very much surprised. It can happen, by the way, right? It can happen. We know actually that Jerome Powell is quite hesitant to lower rates. And in my humble opinion, I don't like it. But I think Powell is right. You might not like the man, but his arguments make sense. Unfortunately, right? Unfortunately. And especially now with the PPI data, so factories and other companies saying, well, things are getting expensive. Well, is that surprising you? We just added like 25% import tariffs. Yeah, so I'm not surprised. I'm imagining this surprised Pikachu face now. Ooh, we got some TA nerds in the crowd. If you draw a Fibonacci retracement from the 3rd of August low, let me do that. I guess on the daily. The 3rd of August low. The 3rd of August low. If you draw a Fibonacci retracement from the 3rd of August low to the recent high. Oh, this one. Yeah, I see it. It's pretty much spot on. True that. For anyone wondering what's he saying here? You can see that based here on the FIB levels. It touched today right on the green line. And didn't even notice that today. Typically, I don't like to use the wicks, but in this case, I do think it makes sense. Because this is also a wick. Let me check where we close today, because that might be very interesting as well. Yeah, if we close today above 1515, then it should be good. Then we should be good. It's also the mid-level of the Bollinger Band. I did enter a long, by the way, today at about 1518. So I'm a quite happy Baron, actually. I'm a quite happy Baron so far. Yeah, CRO is actually going up, guys. This is the coin Baron effect. We beat the FUD, we strap in, and we buy the dip. Because we simply, guys, we know, everyone in here knows this isn't dip for ends. This is basically the repeat here of the beginning of July or the beginning of August. Where people are taking profit and other people are panicking. Just relax and wait for 6 to 10 weeks. That's right, Werner. Love the Dutch name, by the way. Any fellow Dutchies in the chat, please? Show some Dutch flags. Today, man, today you can. There is some hockey. I don't know if you guys like to watch field hockey, not ice hockey, but field hockey. And both the Dutch men as well as the women are actually quite good. Quite good. You should get the Obsidian car by the end of the bull run, Coin Baron. Interesting. I don't think so. I don't think it's worth it. Okay, so quite interesting. BDG is Belgian. Ah, okay. Werner is Belgian. Okay. Well, Vlaanderen, it's pretty much... Nah, I can't say it's Dutch. We have a lot of shared history. I feel more for people in Vlaanderen than for people in Amsterdam. That's kind of strange, but, you know, it's true. Interesting, though. The majority of people are saying that Crypto.com will do an IPO. 58%. So it's kind of 50-50. We only have 26 votes so far. So it might still change. IPO for anyone coming in, initial public offering. So will Crypto.com start selling shares like, for example, OKX, Kraken, and Coinbase? The big difference being that Kraken doesn't have any token. There's no Kraken token. Coinbase has a chain, the base chain, but no token. You can actually buy tokenized coin shares, so they kind of have a token. I love days like this, guys. This is such a prime opportunity. Of course, you could have better bought here at about 12 cents. I actually posted a tweet like, buy this dip, buy this dip. I bought the dip. I don't give any financial advice, but you know, this is like a bit of Christmas shopping today. Can it go further down? It can. Like worst case, it might retest 12 cents. I've been listening a bit to the crypto report, like Crypto Kip. He's been talking about a dip down to 10 cents. A dip down to 10 cents. And I had to think a few times about that, because that would mean going back all the way. That's about minus 50%. It's almost minus 50%. I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening at all. If that would be the case, then I also would believe that Bitcoin would have to retest basically the... What is it? Bitcoin will maybe go down to... Did this like 100k? Can happen, by the way. It is not unheard of that we go down minus 20%, but I don't feel it. I don't feel a dip down to 10 cents. By the way, a dip down to 100k would be quite brutal. Minus 20%. If you say it like that, it's not actually that bad. We've seen worse in a bull market. We have seen worse in a bull market. Okay, I also got the IC wide, but to be frank, every time you put your card into a slot, it hurts and it will get scratches. That's why I keep it in this nice little... I don't use it. It looks too nice to be used. It's like buying a Lamborghini. You buy to watch it, not to use it. Ooh, the credit card promotion is paid out like about 3 months after the promotion ends. So I am thinking about November. I already met my quota a while back, so I kind of feel cheated. I think it was in the terms and conditions, so yeah, it's bad, but okay. You still get the money, right? The question, of course, is you will miss the pump a bit. You will miss the pump a bit, probably. But you will get, I think it's the $100 or $150, depending on which tier you got. A bonus is a bonus. A bonus is a bonus. Warner is on staking. About 75% of his crew. Ready in about 29 days. You're ready, man. You're ready. Hey, Demo Coin. By the way, guys, Demo Coin is killing it on X. Doing crazy amount of spaces. Now Demo still has time, but in a few months he will have to do more Champions League games, I guess. I'm looking forward to Champions League season, guys. And why am I looking forward to Champions League season? Because Crypto.com is the freaking sponsor of it. It's good stuff. But yeah, like you mentioned though, don't worry folks. New Ultimate brings pullbacks. We will be fine. Hodl and even maybe use this opportunity to add to your bags. I'm bullish on Lion. And I'm expecting big things this autumn/winter. Mr. Demo's right. Rosnova, welcome. Strap in, my man. Strap in. Strap in, sir. Strap in. Yeah, guys. Overall, I'm quite bullish actually on CRO. I kind of like this. Because what you often see with CRO is that it requires a bit of momentum to break through certain levels. Like, you also do this in football, right? I don't know if you guys play football or rugby. Sometimes you have to go back to go forward. You can't always be in the attack zone. Sometimes you have to go back a bit and try it again. I would say this is basically a tactical retreat. A very tactical retreat here. Because also here, you can see we needed that. We needed a bit of oomph to really break through. And with that oomph, it was easy. Like this only took minutes. Or hours. I should say hours. So if we get anything like this, just anything, I think we can easily break your 70-cent level. Easily. Something like this, probably. Bit of struggle at about that previous high, and then we actually keep climbing. Looks too good, right? This will make a lot of sense, by the way. There might be a bit of struggle at about 21 cent and 21.2. 21.2 might be a bit of struggle, but other than that, I think we can easily climb higher. The weekly 5 EMA happens to be at 14.2 cents, which is also the same level as the 0.618 VIP level. Let's hope it won't drop any lower. let's keep it higher than 15 cents, please. But yeah, like I mentioned before, previously we had a 20% drop. So that was a big tactical retreat. This is only a minor tactical retreat. Okay. From the high to the low, minus 15%. Minus 15%. That's actually quite big. The Cronos spaces on X this past week have been on fire. The 212 movement really brought the wider CRO fam together again. What I like about this demo is also that there's no token or no NFT bound to it. For anyone that misses 212, well, get into the movement, please. No. Yeah, but if there was a token, and I think originally I joined like a spam group by 21 million, like, yeah, we're gonna do this free NFT, and like, no, I'm not gonna do this. But yeah, as long as there's no token, no NFT, I'm all for it. The minute we try to monetize it, I'm out. I'm out. Nick had his Icy White for 3 years. And the same card still looks very, very great. Only the name wore off. The name wore off. My name is, I think, not printed, but somewhat inscripted. I have to check it. Crypto Kip is too bullish or too bearish. He was talking about quitting. Quitting what? Cronos? Crypto in general? Tell me more, VDG. I missed this. What was he talking about? I'm actually really curious now. Demo's really excited about the Champions League giveaways. Those 2 matches I got to last season were unbelievable. What a utility folding a loaded line. Kip was speaking about stopping with the live streams. Okay, interesting. Yeah, it's very unfortunate, but his viewer count has dropped a lot. So, and he's doing it daily. He shouldn't be doing it daily. He should do a midweek update and a Sunday close. Okay, not enough views. Yeah, you know what the thing is, guys. Sometimes we also went through a lot of shit, in the last I don't know, 5 years. And I also stopped for a while, which can be healthy, so I get it. I'm very glad that you guys are here. So I would say strap in, or I'm strapping in for you guys today, because you guys are definitely making sure I learn a lot of things as well. Shout out to Pete, shout out to Justin, shout out to Marty as well. The algorithm is not in Kip's favor. I find it a bit too easy to blame the algorithm. You know what the issue is? I can actually tell you what the issue is with the Crypto Report channel. It's that it's too broad. It's too broad. It's doing Pepe, it's doing SHIB, it's doing Cronos. Like, the algorithm is like, hey, okay, Marty likes Cronos, but he doesn't like Pepe, and Justin likes Pepe, but no Cronos. So the algorithm is like, what the hell is this channel like? I don't know what this channel is like. That is why the algorithm is like, I don't know to what audience I can recommend this anymore. Personally speaking, I think Kip got too political and split his audience. Favored some, but alienated others. I haven't heard him really talk about Trump or anything, but I might have missed it. Yeah, the 1 week ban was really shitty though. That was really shitty. I totally agree. Only rewatch the live streams with them and Kronos content. Yeah, me too. Gonna be very honest. And sometimes even like what I don't like about Black Sea, for example, it's a good guy, but he keeps talking about the dilution, and I find the dilution it's a topic that you have to talk about really carefully, because I made a few videos about the topic, right? About the remint, about the 70 billion unburn, or however you want to call it. I find dilution a really bad word, especially if you keep warning for it without really thinking of it as as I have done. Like, you can literally see there is no sell pressure. Anyone can go out there, go take a look at the blockchain and see, well, nothing is moving. Nothing of the reserve wallet is moving as of yet. I think it will start moving once we get the ETFs. And I think, guys, one of the big surprises still coming, because this was mentioned in the AMA with Chris. Chris is going to do ETFs for CRO at all major issuers. All major issuers. So the goal is to not only do Canary. So currently we have the ETF submission for the Canary staked CRO ETF, and also the Trump Media blue chip ETF with CRO. In the ideal world, and I think they're working on this, don't quote me on that, but they also want, like Bitcoin, have one at Fidelity, have one at BlackRock, have one at Grayscale. At least I think Grayscale also. There are multiple companies offering Bitcoin ETFs. There are multiple companies offering Ethereum ETFs. There are multiple companies trying to offer XRP ETFs. In the ideal world, and I don't know if it will work already this cycle. I don't know. That's the honest truth here. So far, you've only really heard about 2 ETFs, including CRO. But if they want to actually do a lot of different ETF issuers, typically you have to seed about $200 million. About $200 million for one ETF. So if they, let's say they want to do about 10 ETFs, I don't know, then they also need about $2 billion worth of CRO tokens. So that will currently be about 2 billion. No, I'm saying this wrong. That should be about 20 billion CRO at the current price. Yeah, about 20 billion, a bit less, 15 billion. No, I can't do math today, guys. I'm also going on a quick holiday. I need to refresh a bit more. Again, yeah, I know. I'm again going on a quick holiday. So there won't be any Sunday weekly close, unfortunately. And there might be one video missing as well next week. So I will though make it up later. I will make it up later. This looks like a good hourly candle. I want to go higher than this, and then I can actually I think we can easily go back towards the 16-cent range. So far, guys, about 65% thinks that Crypto.com will do an IPO. About 65%. Interesting. No weekend stream. How are we supposed to talk about boats? We can create a boat group chat if you want to. Given up expecting anything for the UK, Pete. Might actually have a heart attack if you get anything. Ah, the shares portfolio for Crypto.com. Yeah, I think so far, guys, only the US has the shares portfolio. Let me try to bring up the roadmap, though, because I have seen a lot of things still missing on the roadmap. And this is a bit of speculation from my side, but we can talk about it, right? We can talk a bit of speculation here. What would you say is a good quantity of CRO to hold? I would say any quantity, but like if you want to become a millionaire, I would target 1 million CRO. If you can actually get 1 million CRO while it's still relatively cheap, getting more expensive, guys. So I quickly want to show you this, by the way, because I've been looking at this, and also quite interestingly, take a look at the rainbow chart. The rainbow chart got a rejection here at about exactly the borderline. Exactly the borderline of from green to blue. From green to blue. Last week, I think I mentioned I changed anything on the rainbow chart. I reverted the change because it made no sense. Made no sense. So it is back to the original state, and you can see it actually touched very nicely here at about the borderline. So again, it shows the strength really of the rainbow chart. I do believe that going from green to blue is a bit harder than you might think. A bit harder than you might think. This is like the final zone where it's like super cheap to buy CRO. Peter's saying I could see a wick at about 14 cents, but I don't think any lower. I kind of agree there. Also interesting to see, by the way, guys, the wick that we had today. Do you see where the wick stopped? The wick stopped here at the blue line. Previously, we had issues with the blue line. The blue line is a 200-week moving average. It's about the 4-year average for Cronos. So previously it was resistance, but now, so far, the day's not over yet, the week is not over yet, but we've turned it potentially into support. That is very, very, very bullish, guys. Ooh, Pete made a boo-boo. Put in a long about 16.5 cents. Oh no. As long as you watch out with the funding rates and with the liquidation levels, you should be fine. Hey, Jimmy. If Crypto.com goes public, the shares should be tied to the CRO token somehow to reward the early investors. Not buying the stock and the coin, even though I love the platform. I would go with the stock and not with the token, I guess. What I like, the perfect world would be that, yeah, how do you say this? Like a hybrid model, but I think that is literally impossible with the regulation. That would be great though, if you could get like a stock, both being also the token. But yeah, what I would hope for, Jimmy, if they would do this, I don't know if they will do this. It's only speculation, but many people kind of, believe the speculation. If they might do a swap program, and the swap program sounds a bit scary, but like what we have had in the past with the MCO swap, the MCO to CRO, maybe you have a swap from CRO into the CDC stock. CDC would be a nice ticker, by the way. I don't know though. But I think we've got to learn a lot from the OKB and OKX IPO. So let's take a look in a few weeks how that will actually play out. I do believe, guys, that this might slowly fizzle out here. This is the OKB token here. This might slowly fizzle out a bit more. When CRO starts climbing, will it take the Lion token with it? It's a good question, actually, Alexandru. Let me guess, by the way, Alex. Are you from Romania? I have a lot of friends from Romania with that name. I've heard it might be the most popular name in Romania, but you want to share at least. Let's quickly go to Lion Crow. I can check. Lion Crow. What you can see on this chart is not Lion US dollar. Not Lion US dollar, but actually Lion Crow. And what you do see here is that even though the Crow price has been rising, it didn't really take the Lion token with it, because people sell their Lion for Crow. That's why this is going down here. So yes and no. I do believe overall, Alex, it is going up in general, but not at the same pace as Crow. Not at the same pace as Crow, because that's typical, I would say. Why is that typical? Because typically first, the big tokens pump. So that's also why today Ethereum had a big pump to about close to the previous all-time high. And also not really Crow had a big pump. Oh, by the way, talking about ETH Crow, really interesting what happened today as well. You can see I just tweeted about this. We got a rejection for ETH Crow, or Crow ETH, at the 200 day. And we went down on the 1-year-old trend line. And so far, every time ETH Crow bounces on this line, something big happens. So I could actually potentially see this happening again, that we go up to at least this level, but potentially even higher, because we have seen this in the past as well. You can see it here. We have a 1-year-old trend line. We keep bouncing, bouncing, bouncing. And at some point, we just go vertical. So maybe it's more like this. I think like time in a cycle wise, this would make sense. Buy the dip, get the ships. I like it. Are you telling me that the rainbow chart is telling me to buy more Crow? I'm not telling you anything. I'm not telling you anything. You do your own research. The only thing I'm telling you is that the rainbow chart is green. And I told myself that the green zone is the buy zone. I'm currently really hard debating, Demo, if I... So just a quick thing about what I do. I use platforms like, for example, Ampli and Tectonic to borrow US dollars. So I put Crow in there. Crow is my collateral. And with that collateral, like if you buy a house, the house is collateral, right? With that Crow, the collateral, I borrow dollars. And with those dollars, I borrow, I buy more Crow. And potentially sometimes I add that bought Crow back to the collateral. And then you can borrow more US dollars. You can buy more Crow and add more to the collateral. And you keep going and going and going until you get in a very, very unhealthy leverage ratio. And the question is, am I getting to that very filthy, unhealthy leverage ratio? Because I do believe, like, I almost think it's a safe play. I think it's a safe play that we will go higher than this. So I'm personally thinking like, would it be bad to add some more Crow to my portfolio? Or am I happy? Or am I happy? Somebody asked, I think it was Blake today. I think it was Blake that asked today, like, hey, what's enough CRO? Like, there's no answer to that. But the only thing I can say is, guys, you know, it's be prepared to lose it all. Be prepared to lose it all. If that would be the case, I would be a very unhappy coin baron, but I can live. I haven't gotten any debt, like at a bank. I could lose all my CRO, but like that would suck though. That would really suck. Not betting on that, by the way. Chaotic. Coin baron is always so confused by us. You guys are always having conversation about boats and Nottingham, Sunday football, and about Chaotic being a bit drunk as well. I hope you're feeling better, by the way, Chaotic. I hope you enjoyed the Chinese food. I enjoy watching Nottingham Forest, by the way. It's a good football club. I don't really know much about Nottingham itself. Coin baron, my liquidation price is at about 7 cents. Like, that's guys, that's kind of healthy. Like Mr. Pete, guys, he got his own liquidation level set about here. And about here. So if the price would really drop like this, he will be screwed. But if you think about the odds, I think it's more likely that the price will go up in upcoming months rather than down. So if you do like the calculations there, like odds wise, I think Pete is in a healthy situation. My personal bags are also in about the 7 cent range. And if needed, I could, I think, get some other CRO as well from my my hodl bag to eventually add to the collateral. So think about it, guys. Make sure you don't lose your CRO. Don't lose your Bitcoin. Don't interact with crazy dApps on chain that promise you thousands of dollars. Take it easy. Do you think a CRO stablecoin will have influence on the price of CRO? I definitely think so, Werner. I definitely think so. It's a good question, by the way, because we were about to talk about the roadmap. About the roadmap. The Crypto.com roadmap. And we'll talk about Q3, right? And my speculation was that many things have not been completed for Q3. We see Cortex AI. I haven't heard a thing about Cortex AI. Crypto.com stablecoin. Guys, this will be powered by Cronos. Crypto.com stablecoin powered by Cronos. Huge. A lot more volume. A lot more gas tokens being used. Crazy. AI-powered trade tooling, not yet delivered. Cronos 1, not yet delivered. Stock options, not delivered. The expansion of the stock trading, not yet done. Sports contract trading. I don't like sports contract trading. It's more like betting, so I don't really like this one personally, but okay. Sure, add it. By the way, banking, we're still waiting on banking already. Banking was planned for Q2, and I need that yield. I want the yield. But also this, the 1 second, 1 cent. And the Prime card. Guys, so many freaking catalysts are still coming. When is Prime cards going to be announced? I don't know. I think they will add something absolutely stupid to it. Like last cycle, I think you could actually get like discount for private planes, or I think you can actually get like a bottle of champagne, or they will add something crazy for the Prime card. And I do believe they will get some influencers with a free Prime card. I'm not one of them. I'm too small. But they will give the Prime card for free to a few people, and some rich folks will add some CRO to their allocation, I believe. So a lot of things coming still. All bullish catalyst. And the question about Werner, will the Crypto.com stablecoin help? I believe so. I believe so. Stacy, welcome. Chris usually uses VVS. What about VVS? Chris, by the way, has one of the most beautiful, avatars I've seen in a while. I really like the jade green color. It's a niche one. Many people chose this one, the indigo, the purple, but the green is more daring, I would say. The more daring color. Just imagine they do a crow burn in Q3, like you mentioned in your last video. Like, I don't know if it will happen in Q3. It could be, but it's literally in the roadmap. I'm not making this up. So for anyone like thinking, about Coin Baron, but it's not going to happen, it's in their roadmap. So what can I say about it? It's planned. They have executed a lot of the things from the roadmap so far. They've also done things that were not on the roadmap. So the question is, will they change the roadmap? And will they change it big time? Welcome, JP. What are your thoughts on VVS? VVS needs more utility. Peter has a good take, by the way, guys. If you have seen the video, go to the comments. Peter has a good take on it. I might want to make a reaction video just on that comment. Just on that comment. We'll see, though. I lasted 5 minutes in the stream before I passed out. Don't lie, Baron. None of that is coming to the UK. Well, the stablecoin has the globe thing on it, so it will be coming to the globe. Well, by the way, to be very honest, like the Crypto.com stablecoin, guys, has been approved by the MiCA countries. So Europe has been approved in Europe already, according to all documentation. I have not seen any approval yet in the US, but also I think like it might need some approval in the UK as well. I don't know how the stablecoin regulation is in the UK yet, so I don't know. Do you guys have the exchange? I think you guys got the exchange, right? By the way, in talks now with the team, I had a call with somebody from crypto.com, and I might be talking a bit more about the exchange in the future, because not only they see that too little people use the exchange, but I also see that in my personal, like, day-to-day conversations. People still have questions about, you know, the app and the spread, and I recommend everyone to start using the exchange, like literally today. I have a video about that on the channel. I also do have a referral code, Coin Baron. If you want to start using that, it would be very nice. But yeah, I would say do yourself a favor and start using the exchange. It's available now in the US as well. It's quite easy. Has an app as well. It's a separate app though. You go to the Play Store or App Store, you have to look for the Crypto.com exchange. Hey, Will. Strap in, man. I'm really interested why the survey question. I think there will be no IPO. They want to keep the right control. That's, I think, a good take here, Will. That's a good take. For anyone that's just tuning in today, we had a poll about why will Crypto.com do an IPO? We started this conversation because OKX also has a token. The OKB token that we talked about in a different video. OKB. You can see this big candle here for the OKB token. But OKX will also do an IPO later this year. Or might be next year, I'm not entirely sure. But I think also Crypto.com without any shareholders has a lot of control. If they're going to sell some shares, they might lose a lot of that control. And I honestly do believe that Crypto.com wants to grow. They want to grow more, and they want to grow aggressively. And if they become like clearly the number two exchange, they can ask a lot more in their IPO as well. As long as there's still growth potential, I think they will wait with the IPO. But at a certain point, when Crypto.com becomes big enough, it might change. Chaotic doesn't like the color. Oh no. I like Indigo. Like when I had the choice, the Indigo card was my first card. So don't be be nice to me. Still have an emotional band with my Indigo card. You can't afford the icy. I get it. I get it. You prefer an icy blue? That would be cool. Water is the green one. Daring, very daring. Ay, ay, ay. Crow's going down a little bit now, guys, but it's still fine. Overall, still fine. Peter's saying, well, with the IPO, Crypto.com might get a bit more TradFi funding as well. That's why I might think they will do it. I don't think funding is really the issue. They're spending money like crazy. And they make a lot of revenue as well, so. Okay, UK has the exchange. You can lock up 10,000 CRO with 2% returns. Crypto.com exchange discounts by locking up different amounts of CRO. Yeah, it's true, Crypto Runner. Many people forget that. So, if you lock up 100,000 CRO, trading is free. Trading is absolutely free for limit orders. And I always recommend do limit orders. Limit orders are safe. Limit orders are cheap. And I think you also get a bit of a welcome bonus as well. But yeah, it's quite good. Unfortunately, though, it's not like the how's it called? It's not like the cards, like a fixed amount of euros. No, they use a fixed amount of CRO. I think it starts at 1,000 CRO, then 10,000, 5,000, 10,000, 100,000, or maybe 50,000. I don't know exactly anymore. Yeah, it's quite crazy. Whoa, Crypto Runner, congratulations, dude. Promoted from 5-figure CRO holder to 6-figure CRO holder. I'm striping in for that one, dude. Crazy. Well done. Demo. I lost the Irish green. If you deposit 100,000 CRO while saying trading is free. If you read the fine print, it just has to be deposited. You don't have to get the locking reward. The locking reward? It has to be locked, right? I think it's locked for 12 months. For me, though, the 12 months have long passed. So for me, you can just remove it any minute. And you also get, I think, 8% of CRO. Or even 9% of CRO while you're staking. So that's quite good. You do get the locking reward daily. That's true as well. You get a daily reward paid out. And you can... That's actually a thing about the card which I don't like. If you do the card staking, the stake is added for compounding to the other staking amount. So all the rewards are added to the staking amount. So you can't really do anything with that staking rewards by yourself. If you go to the exchange, though, the excess CRO is just going into your CRO wallet. And you can do whatever. You can add it to the additional stake reward for more compounding, but you don't have to. You don't have to. Anyways, guys, we talked a little about, the market having pain. At the minute, we do see that Bitcoin is now dumping a bit more again, but we're still actually in an uptrend. What I like to see, you can still see that we are still above here, this bull flag. So I still believe our target of about 133 is intact for Bitcoin. I still believe Ethereum could have a run for the all-time high quite soon. Might even be this weekend. Might be a bit too soon, but, it goes so quickly for Ethereum. We only lost really yesterday's gains, so it's not all that bad. For CRO, I don't know if it will go back to 70 cents this weekend, but I also think what I mentioned earlier, this is a tactical retreat. So don't be too scared, you know. It's part of the game. This is why we like crypto. And even better, guys, even though CRO is down 8% today, this week, we are still very much down also in Bitcoin dominance. So altcoin season is loading. It is loading. It's slow, but it's definitely loading. So guys, don't forget to really strap in, hit the like button, and then I will see you next week, Thursday, with a new midweek update. No close, no midweek, no weekly close. I am talking though about restarting the Crowcast again. So I hope you guys like that. Strap in, hit the like button. Next week, more videos and more live streams. See you then, guys. Thank you so much. Oscar, just too late. Yeah, we're just talking about the Crowcast. So guys, give him a follow as well. If you do a Crowcast, it will be on Oscar's channel. So check it out. Check it out. Have a good one, guys. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy.